Catophilosophy, How to Do Nothing and Still Live Better, author Ilyan Chatov. Annotation, this is a book for everyone who is tired of being productive and efficient. A philosophically ironic story from the cat guru, who teaches to appreciate the moment, to lie comfortably, and not to chase after others' successes. Open Chapter 1 and feel the world can wait. Meow. Chapter 1, How to Do Nothing and Still Be Right. People love to ask, why are you lying down all the time? Sometimes I purr in response, sometimes I ignore, sometimes I sigh as if I just finished a heavy metaphysical argument with Buber. But most often I just continue to lie down. Because here's what you don't understand. Doing nothing is work. It is a choice. It is a position. It is, if you will, a philosophical practice. While you are flipping through to-do lists, procrastinating before task number 1 with tasks number 3, 4, and a sudden balcony cleaning, I am performing an act of great will, refusing to engage in the meaningless. I guard the boundaries of my psyche. I, damn it, am sleeping. After all, if the world is falling apart, isn't it logical to gather strength? My body knows for sure. If the organism sabotages activity, then it has reasons for that. Biology is not stupid. It wouldn't make the couch so soft and the sun so warm just like that. This all is part of the internal regulation mechanism. And also, have you ever seen an anxious cat? Well, there you go. If you have seen one, then it just has an empty bowl, not an existential crisis. A little practice from the cat. In case you are a person who needs at least some benefit, here's an exercise. Sit down. Or, better yet, lie down. Make a breath. Exhale. Make sure that there is no boss nearby. Look at the ceiling. Imagine that it is not the ceiling, but non-being. Do nothing for at least 3 minutes. If it works, continue. If it doesn't work, read the chapter from the beginning. Repeat until improvement. We will continue in the second chapter. Are there ideas for a title or direction? Here are a couple of options if you want to choose. Chapter 2, Why Cats Don't Go to Meetups, Meetup. It is such a mysterious human gathering where everyone pretends that they want to be there. People come there, put on their social faces, and exchange words, of which 70% is emptiness, and the remaining 30% is poorly brewed stress. And here you are standing with a paper cup in your hands, shaking each other's damp palms and saying, "Oh, you are also interested in the agile approach to life?" And in your head, there is one thought, where is the exit and why am I not a cat? And the cat does not go. He lies at home. He lies at the meetup with himself. The topic of the meeting, how to live so that no one invites you to the next one. Why don't cats go to meetups? Because no one asked the cat if he wanted to go there. If someone had asked, he would not have answered. He would blink slowly and turn away. Because small talk is torture. Be honest. Can you really enjoy a conversation where the phrases, how's the weather and which department are you from? Take priority over the question, why are we even doing all this? Because the cat is an introvert in an extreme form, not in the sense that he doesn't like people. He just believes that communication should be voluntary, meaningful, and preferably short. Better, in the form of a short meow. Because they rarely feed at meetups, dry cookies from Fixed Price do not make the list of reasons to leave the house, and the bowl at home is always full, or almost. In any case, closer. But the most important thing, cats do not go to meetups because they know how to listen to themselves. And if your inner voice tells you stay home and lie down with a book, why not listen? Psychological conclusion, unexpectedly serious. People often go where they do not want to meet expectations. And then they are surprised where burnout comes from. The cat goes nowhere. It simply refuses the unnecessary. And you know what? There's not a drop of laziness in this. This is an act of self-preservation. Meow recommendation. Before agreeing to something social, ask yourself, are you going there because you want to, or because you are afraid that you will be forgotten if you don't go? The cat will definitely not forget you, especially if you came with food. Chapter 3, Motivation? Never heard of it. In the world of people, there is a strange religion. It is called motivation. Every morning, its followers turn on YouTube to listen to a cheerful man with a voice like a pumped-up kettle. Get up, you can. Take responsibility. Become the best version of yourself. They jump out of bed as if they were literally kicked into the growth zone and run to conquer the day, or at least make breakfast. And the cat? The cat opens one eye, sees that the world has not collapsed, and closes the eye back. Because the cat knows. Motivation is like the sun. It is either there or it is not, and you cannot make it shine. Morning in the style of the cat, I should get up. Why? Well, because everyone gets up. You are not everyone. A turn to the other side, tail, on the nose, and back to nirvana. And now seriously, but not for long. Motivation is a resource, not a habit. You cannot be motivated all the time because you are not a battery with an endless charge. Even a battery in a remote control for an air conditioner eventually gives out. People expect that motivation will come, and they will start. The cat knows. Sometimes you don't need to wait for anything. You just need to do nothing. Rest. Be idle. Let your psyche stop resisting. And then it will want to by itself, or it won't want to. And that's okay too. The cat does not seek motivation. It waits for inspiration. And inspiration, as is known, most often comes when you do nothing. Meow advice. If you don't want to do anything, don't rush to conclusions. Maybe you are not lazy, but tired. Maybe you are not unmotivated, but overloaded with other people's expectations. Maybe you just need to curl up and not respond to emails, especially those that start with, I remind you that the deadline. Conclusion. Motivation is a capricious thing, and you are alive, not a robot, not blockchain, not a smart kettle. You have the right to not want anything, to have not a goal, but a pillow. Not KPIs, but a bowl with something tasty. Chapter 4. The Cat and Burnout. Who is who? Burnout is when you are still moving, but inside you are already lying down. Moreover, in the cat pose. But without pleasure. You open your laptop, read the same email for the 5th time, do not understand who you are, why you are, and why everyone writes in all caps in very tight deadlines. And in response, you only want to send one thing. Meow, meaning, leave me alone, I am tired of being human. A cat? A cat does not burn out. A cat burns just enough to warm up, but not to be consumed. It knows the main secret. If you are constantly on the edge, it means it's time to step back from the brink and lie in a box. Signs of burnout in a person. In the morning, you wake up tired. During the day, you live on coffee and false cheerfulness. In the evening, you binge-watch series because your brain refuses to do anything useful. Inside, it's empty, but very anxious. This combination is called the psyche is trying to press the restart button, but daily tasks in Trello are getting in the way. Signs of burnout in a cat? Absent. A cat feels the first signals of overload. For example, something is rustling too loudly and instantly takes action, goes to sleep, goes to the shelf, goes within itself. It does not wait for the world to acknowledge its fatigue. It simply acts in the interest of inner peace. It meows if necessary. It stays silent if it can, and it goes to sleep when everyone is on a Zoom call. But what to do if you are a person, not a cat? First of all, I sympathize. Secondly, it's not so bad. You have a choice. You can. Acknowledge that you are not obliged to be effective 24/7. Even iPhones need to be restarted. Doing nothing is not a failure, but a recovery. Learn from the cat. Do not rush. Do not break down. And choose whom and what you are really ready to spend your energy on. Burnout is not a weakness. It is a signal. And a cat has simply learned to hear these signals before they turn into a fire. A short meditation from a cat. Close your eyes. Imagine that you are fluffy, soft, and you need nothing. You are lying on the warm floor. You do not respond to messages. You do not have to be productive. You simply are. That is enough. Meow. Chapter 5. Delegate everything except lying down. What? Are you doing nothing again? No, I am engaged in delegating. The cat's response, lying on the windowsill, controlling everything with a glance. In the world of humans, delegation is when you ceremoniously transfer a task from yourself to another, pretending that it is strategic management, not passive-aggressive fatigue. For the cat, it is simpler. He simply does not do. And that's it. The world somehow manages. People bustle about, someone pours food, someone takes out the trash. And the cat, in the meantime, is responsible for the most important: peace, stability, and personal woolly harmony. Delegation in cat language. Responsibility for morning activity on the sun. If the sun is out, I will get up. If not, I will sleep. Address the heavenly office. Household chores on the people. The cat believes if you opened a can of food, cleaned the litter box, and laid out a blanket, you have already lived a good day. Congratulations, you have passed my survival course. Social activity on other cats or no one. Want to chat? Chat. Want to discuss feelings? Discuss them in your head. I am lying down. Lying down is mine. I delegate to no one. This is sacred. This is practice. This is the center of my identity. Lying down does not mean doing nothing. It means giving the world a chance to work without your interference. A useful rule from the cat: if something can be not done, don't do it. If something can be done by someone else, let them do it. If no one is doing it, ask yourself the question, is it really necessary to do this? Sometimes the best solution is to do nothing. Hustle is not always action. Sometimes the best contribution to the team is not to disturb others, lying on the charging mat in the middle of the corridor. Meow practice. Pass everything except the pillow. Take a sheet, write a to-do list, look at it, again, carefully cross out everything that causes fatigue just by reading. What remains, delegate or forget. D. Lie down, deep breath, slow exhale. Everything is fine. Life is not a task, but a process. Let others run around. Someone has to be calm. Let others burn with deadlines. Someone has to lie down and remind that being is more important than doing. And delegation is not weakness, it is strategy, and the cat is its founder. Chapter 6. Why to-do lists ruin fur. People love lists. In the morning, I will write a to-do list. In the afternoon, I will finish what I didn't do in the morning. In the evening, I will rewrite it for tomorrow. Anyway, I didn't do anything. And the cat? The cat, no lists. He only has priorities. Lie down, eat, be beautiful. Repeat items 1 to 3 in any order. What is wrong with lists? First, they lie. They promise that if you complete everything, satisfaction will come, but it does not come. Because while you cross one off, you are already mentally writing 5 new items. This is not control. This is anxiety in tabular form. Second, lists impose a sense of guilt. Oh, I didn't manage to call there. Oh no, I didn't sort the folder. I only completed 9 items out of 11. Calm down. You are not a report on Scrum. You are a person. And maybe, deep down, a cat. The cat has no to-do list. He has a list of feelings. Am I full? Am I warm? Am I calm? If the answer to all 3 questions is meow, the day was successful. Lists and fur. What is the connection? The cat lies on the keyboard when you write lists, not because he wants attention, but because you are disrupting the inner harmony of the space. When you create yet another plan of 27 items with subtasks and deadlines, the air in the room changes. It becomes anxious. The fur stands on end. The pillow loses its shape. The water in the bowl seems suspiciously cold. Planning is good, but when it starts to chew on your brain, even the cat gets nervous. What to do? Instead of lists, practice the mood of the day. Not do 10 things, but live the day in the style. I do not blame myself for what I did not do. Instead of priorities, intuitive response. If you want to lie down, then that is the main thing right now. If you do not want to wash, then energy is needed for something else. But sometimes, of course, still wash. Even cats do it. Sometimes. In protest. Meow recommendation. List of anti-tasks. Sometimes it is useful to make a reverse list. Do not check email every 5 minutes. Do not read motivational quotes from people who have 3 trainings and 0 sleep. Do not compare yourself to those who are successful by 9 a.m. Look out the window. Stretch a paw to the blanket. Breathe. Just breathe. Fur is an indicator of the internal state. When calm, it is smooth. When anxious, it sheds. To-do lists made not from desire but from fear are like rain on a freshly washed back. The cat advises, first, peace within, and then everything else. Chapter 7. When you are angry, just hiss, do not explain. Anger is an emotion. In people, it often turns into long explanations, apologies, and attempts to soften the situation. For the cat, it is simpler. The cat is angry, he hisses. He does not write a manifesto on social media. He does not conduct interrogations. He does not sulk in silence. He simply makes a sound that everyone understands without words. Why hissing? The best way to express anger? It is honest. No pretense, no cover-ups. There is only feeling and its expression. It is brief. There is no need to waste time and energy on explanations that no one asked for. It is clear. Other animals, and some people, know that shh means stop, boundaries, don't go further. It protects. Sometimes anger is just a signal that your space is being violated. The cat will not allow this to happen. What can we humans learn from the cat? Not to be afraid to express emotions, not to turn anger into drama, to give ourselves the right to hiss, even if in the form of a short stop or enough in conversation. To remember that it is not always necessary to explain our feelings. Sometimes it is enough just to indicate them. Meow practice. Hiss if necessary. When you feel irritation, stop. Take a deep breath. Imagine that you are a cat. Let out your inner hiss, mentally or aloud if possible. Allow yourself not to justify or explain. Just make it clear, I am not comfortable. Remember, expressing feelings is not a weakness, but a strength. If you can say shh, it means you have personal boundaries. And boundaries are your bowl, your home, and your fur. Chapter 8. How to be a therapist to yourself, lying on the battery. In the world of people, therapists are those who help to sort out thoughts and feelings. A cat, a therapist for oneself, and does it better than anyone, lying on a warm radiator. Why is a radiator the best therapist? It is warm. It is constant. It is always nearby, if, of course, the owner hasn't turned off the heating. It does not judge, does not interrupt, and does not give advice that you did not ask for. How to become your own therapist. Find your radiator. It can be anything: a warm place, a blanket, favorite music, a cup of tea, or even simply sitting in silence. Give yourself time. Therapy is not a marathon. It is short breaks in a frantic rhythm. Lie down, relax, feel your body. Listen to yourself. What is important right now? What is troubling? What brings joy? There is no need to immediately seek solutions. Just be with yourself. Do not rush to conclusions. Sometimes the answer comes in a day, a week, and sometimes never. And that is okay. Meow practice. Therapy on the radiator. Find a comfortable place. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine that the warmth of the radiator is the care you give to yourself. Allow yourself to feel calm and safe. If anxious thoughts arise, observe them, but do not cling to them. Why does this work? Because care is not only external help, but also an internal connection with oneself. The cat knows, while you lie on the battery and feel the warmth, your inner world is restored better than any pills and likes on social media. Remember, being your own therapist means loving yourself even on those days when you just want to take a nap and not answer calls. Chapter 9. Why success is an overrated word. Success is a word that people love to throw around in conversations, as if it were a golden fish that grants wishes. You must achieve success. Without success, life is empty. Look at me. I am successful, so you can be too. And the cat? The cat looks at success and thinks, what kind of beast is this? And why is it so nervous? Why is success a trap? Success is always somewhere out there, far away. It must be chased, conquered, earned. But when you achieve it, it either disappears or turns into a new item on the list. The cat knows. Happiness is here and now. in cozy lying down, not in another check mark. Success is measured by someone else's standards. Some consider a career successful, some the number of likes, some the gym and marathons. But can you compare running with how smoothly your fur lies? Success is constant tension. To be successful, you must constantly move forward, prove something, not stop. But the cat prefers balance, a little movement, a lot of rest. The cat and success. The philosophy of simple living. I am successful because I live in a world where I can lie down when I want. I am successful because I can purr without looking at the time and deadlines. I am successful because my fur shines and I am calm inside. The cat's conclusion. Success is not a goal, it is a state. Do not chase after him, like a mouse that is not there. Just be. Lie down, breathe, and appreciate the moment. Meow practice. Reconsider success. Think about what success means to you. Imagine that you are a cat. What would you consider success? Try to abandon accepted measures and find your own, simple and warm. Chapter 10. How not to lose yourself in a world of deadlines. Deadlines are little predators that constantly sneak up and try to bite your soul. They jump out from emails, calendars, and even from your dreams. Do this by morning. Report yesterday. The idea must be ready in an hour. Sounds familiar? Why are deadlines the enemies of the inner cat? They create constant tension. They interfere with resting and lying peacefully. They turn the day into an endless race for a mouse that keeps running away. How does the cat cope with deadlines? The cat does not acknowledge deadlines. He lives by his own rules. When he wants to, he sleeps. When he needs to, he eats. When he has to, he purrs. And the main thing, he knows that all of this is more important than any deadlines. Tips from the cat to not lose yourself. Reconsider deadlines. Not as a sentence, but as a guideline. Sometimes you can say meow in response to urgent. Take breaks. Even 5 minutes of rest between tasks is already a victory. Set boundaries. If the deadline breaks you, learn to say no, or at least later. Switch to your inner state. Lie down, stretch, breathe. Remind yourself that you are not a machine. Meow practice. Stop and lie down. When you feel stress from the deadline, just stop. Close your eyes. Imagine you're a cat on a sunny windowsill. Feel the warmth, relax, let go of tension, and only then return to your tasks. Remember, deadlines are not the goal of life. Life is the moments between deadlines. And if you want to preserve yourself, learn to lie down, purr, and just be. Postscript from Ilyan Chatov. Thank you for reading Cat Philosophy. I wish you to find your inner meow, more quiet minutes, and fewer anxious lists. Subscribe, share. Let's build a cozy space together in the world of hustle.